What's up, Variant Nation? We are back at it again. I'm back at it again with another episode of Variant Live right here from my office. If you guys didn't know, this is my office, and this is where I work all the time to bring you guys videos each and every week. I've actually been hanging some pretty cool stuff up. You can't see it now, but I got some like cool like prints and stuff up. I finally, for the longest time, this Batman animated poster was just like sitting on top of this bookshelf here, and I finally just put a nail in the wall and hung it. I don't know why that took me like a year to do. That was like absolutely ridiculous, but it's done. And yeah, I have some over here. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I know a lot of people ask to see my collection of my comics and stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff because that's where I post all that stuff and I do live videos and streams and stuff on there. But anyway, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you will see that I have like some cool, like I got a cool flash and reverse flash poster here. I have some prints here, a nice poster here. I got some cool stuff. My office is looking good. I got futon over there. Maybe one day I'll do an episode tour. But again, I do a lot of that stuff on Variant Live. So if you really are curious to see what my office and my man cave and stuff looks like at home in my collection, my action figures, my comics, follow me on the grams. I do all that stuff there. So all that fun stuff. Okay. With that said, today's episode is going to be my thoughts on the Gotham finale because, quite frankly, the week that came out, it was all about Endgame. I think I said it even in my review. I'm like, dude, Gotham, you chose the wrong weekend to have your finale the same weekend as Avengers Endgame. So that's all I was thinking about. That's all everyone was pretty much thinking about. Endgame. We're just now starting to come down off the high that was Avengers Endgame. But anyway, I'm going to give you my rant spiel on the series finale of Gotham, and also I'm going to announce the winners for our Jonboy giveaway as promised. I told you guys that the contest ended last night and that I would announce the winners on Monday the 13th on a live stream, which is currently what I'm doing. So actually, even though I know the beginning of the title says my thoughts on the Gotham finale, I'm gonna start this off with announcing the winners because that just makes most sense. I'm sure that everyone wants to know who won, so we're gonna do that right now. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we were doing a contest this past week with Jonboy, comic artist Jonboy Myers. He is the cover artist for DC Comics. He's doing a lot of covers right now. He's doing covers for Valiant Comics, DC Comics, I believe, even still Marvel Comics. But he's done a bunch of interior work. He's been in the business for years. He did several issues on Spawn back in 2015. He worked and launched the Royals and Humans comics for Marvel a little while back. He launched Teen Titans Rebirth for DC Comics. He's done a bunch of stuff in video games, comics. I can go on and on. If you guys watched the interview I did with him this past week, you know what I'm talking about. He's a fantastic artist. I have two of his prints on my wall right now. He's got some dope Harley Quinn and Bat Family prints, which the Bat Family print and the Harley Quinn print, both of which actually are part of this giveaway. So that, yeah, both of the prints that I have hanging on my wall are part of this giveaway. And we've already selected the winners. They're here, and I'm about to read them to you. So, with that said, we were giving away. There's going to be 3 winners for this contest, as I said in a previous video. The first prize winner is going to be getting a original art print or original art piece from page 1 of Royals issue 1 for Marvel. Now, it's not like a print. This is the actual art, like the actual paper that he laid his pencils down on. You could actually take an eraser to it and erase it if you want to. I don't know why the heck you would ever do that, but you could because it's the real paper that he submitted to Marvel, scanned in his computer, and then that was in the issue, just off to be colored and lettered and stuff like that. But it is original art. So the first place winner will win an original art page from him, along with a Titans print, Nightwing, Beast Boy, all up on there. The second place winner is going to win a Bat Family print. It's the Bat Family signed by him. They're all autographed by him, by the way, as well as his sketchbook volume 2 signed by him. And the third place winner is going to get a Harley Quinn print signed by him as well. So let's just get into this. For those of you who've seen the last video, you already know this. I'm just kind of recapping because, you know, there's a lot of people who don't watch every single video. So just keeping everyone up to speed to why I'm doing this. All right. So the third place winner, the winner of the Harley Quinn print, is digga drum roll, please. It is Jordan Brandon of Twitter name at AeonFL on Twitter. So Jordan Brandon, you are the third place winner, and you and all the other winners on this list will be contacting you very soon. You guys are going to have 48 hours. We're going to message you on the platform you won. So for this one, for the third place winner, for Jordan Brandon, you won on Twitter. So we are going to message you on Twitter, or we're going to tweet to you or message you on Twitter via the Variant official Twitter account. And then from the time we message you, it's probably going to be tomorrow morning. We're probably not going to get to messaging the winners tonight. So tomorrow morning, we're going to message all of you, and you have 48 hours to reply from when we message you to contact us and give us your information so we can send out your prize. If you do not answer us within 48 hours, we will have to unfortunately pick a new winner. So just saying that all to you now. So I have it on video. You guys can refer back to it. I said it here. Everyone has 48 hours to claim their prize once we message you. So like it doesn't start now. It starts like once I send the message, then 48 hours from there. But again, third place winner of the Harley Quinn print signed by Jonboy Myers himself is Jordan Brandon on Twitter. Congratulations. Let's move on. The second place winner of the Bat Family print signed by Jonboy Myers and his sketchbook volume 2 also signed by Jonboy Myers is, drumroll again, Sean Gallagher of Twitter. Another Twitter winner right here. Sean Gallagher, Twitter handle name at SeanPG686. That is Sean Gallagher is our second place winner. He won the Bat Family print along with the sketchbook, both signed by Jonboy Myers himself. Pretty awesome stuff. That sketchbook is pretty dope. I have a copy myself. It's actually on that bookshelf down there behind the turtles or something somewhere. It's awesome. It's behind the scenes of like concept designs that Jonboy did for like Robin, Kid Flash, Spawn. It's basically behind the scenes of his artwork, and it's pretty dope. Again, he's worked on Spawn, Royals, Titans, all sorts of awesome stuff. So you get to see like cool character designs and concept designs of some of our favorite characters in comic books. So that's pretty dope. But again, second place winner is Sean Gallagher. And for the grand prize winner, the winner of a Titans print that features Nightwing. If you guys seen the video, I've already showed all the pictures of what these prints look like. They're awesome. They're 11 by 17. So they are pretty dope. The winner of that, the grand prize winner of the Titans print, and the grand prize of this, actually, the big part of this this prize is the original art piece. Again, I can't stress this enough. This is an original art page, not a print, not a copy, not a poster. Original art page, the page that Jonboy actually drew to submit to Marvel Comics for issue 1 of Royals, that his pencils are actually laid down on, that you could erase with an eraser if you wanted to, but you never should do that. The grand prize winner of that is on Instagram. I'll give that away so far. It's an Instagram winner, and the winner is Tristan Galette, or Goulet. I'm not sure. Last names are tricky, but Tristan Goulet or Goulet. Instagram handle is TKO3000. That is the Instagram handle. So those are your three winners. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. Our third place winner of the Harley Quinn print is Jordan Brandon of Twitter. Our second place winner of the Bat Family print in the sketchbook is Sean Gallagher of Twitter, and our grand prize winner of Royals issue 1, page 1 original art and signed Titans print is Tristan Goulet or Goulet. Sorry, I don't know how I know people's last names, they're not always pronounced the way they're spelt. Instagram handle TK3000. Those are our three windows. Those are our three winners. There you have it, people. So yeah, awesome. I'm kind of jealous. I know, especially the grand prize winner, because that original art piece is pretty dope. But we're going to be contacting you guys as early as tomorrow, definitely this week. But again, you guys have 48 hours from the time we contact you. So once you receive that message, you have 48 hours to claim it. If you do not claim, so if I send the message tomorrow and you don't, get back to me till Thursday, Friday, unfortunately, you forfeit the prize, and we'll have already picked another winner, because we're going to try to get these out ASAP. And yeah, there's lots of people I'm sure that would really want these. So 2 full days to claim your prize once messages are sent. But with that said, let's move on to my thoughts on the Gotham series finale. Now that we got all these winners out of the way, you lucky pieces of crap. You're not crap though. That's mean. I don't know why I said that. It's just something I say. But you guys are lucky. All right. Let's see. Someone in the and well, I had some super chats while all that was going on, so let me try to acknowledge those. Derek gives $1. Thank you so much, sir. Then we have Blaine Beeson. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. And we have Serious Killmonger who asked a question. The other ones were just donations, which is very, very kind. Thank you so much. But this one is Serious Killmonger who has a question. Variant: Who would win, DC Wonder Woman versus Icon? I'm assuming you're thinking versus. I guess it's Icon is also DC Comics now. um, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Wonder Woman or Icon? We don't know. Icon. I love Icon. I did a history of episode on Icon a while back. He's in the the same universe with Hardwire and Static Shock and all that stuff. I think it's called the Dakotaverse. Yeah, the Dakotaverse. He's in the Dakotaverse. So I love all the Dakotaverse characters. Hardwire, Static Shock, Icon. So I don't think we know enough about him though. He's pretty much Superman essentially. Because he's appeared, he had his own series for a bit, but he's not. I guess it's almost like a kind of unfair based on what we know, though. I would have to give it to Wonder Woman just because she has more feats proven over the years, but that's not that fair considering Icon hasn't had not even like a quarter of the many appearances she's had in comic books. But with what we know now, I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman. So yes. Who do you think would win? You asked me, but now I want to know what you thought. So Killmonger, let me know who you think would win. If you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, yeah, that works. All right, but let's talk about Gotham series finale because everyone has been asking me actually. I know everyone's like, Arris, what did you think of Gotham? Did you like the series finale? Did you hate the series finale? Because I kind of got lost in the shuffle because of Endgame came out the same weekend. But last week and the week before, when I was doing these live streams, a bunch of people were asking me, and there was so much other news to talk about. We got the Far From Home trailer last week. We had Endgame stuff to talk about the week before. So we've just been Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. But now it's time to get back to some DC stuff here on the live stream. I mean, it is Marvel month, so we've been pushing that out like crazy. So yes, a Serious Killmonger says most def Icon, bro. I mean, yeah, man. I said I don't think there is enough to justify that 100% either way. So I'm not gonna 100 argue with you. I should just base it off of what I know in front of me, and I could give you way more examples of Wonder Woman being a badass than I can Icon. So, but that's not that's not saying he's weaker. That's just he doesn't have as many stories. So it's kind of an unfair question in a sense, but basically the writer decides, right? That's that's how we know who wins. The writer always decides. All right, but my thoughts on Gotham. This is actually probably going to take up the majority of the video, and then I'll do some Q&As at the end because I have a rant, guys. I at least have a 15-minute rant. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so Gotham, ready. So obviously spoilers galore. If you're not current with Gotham or you care about spoilers for Gotham, I'm probably going to spoil some things. Nothing too major, but I guess little things here. Well, maybe major. I don't know. I'm going to spoil things. Okay. So major, little spoilers. You've been warned for all of Gotham, all 5 seasons of Gotham. All right. So the finale. What did I think? Horrible. That's what I thought. I did. So here's the thing with Gotham. I haven't watched Gotham since I think season 3. I fell off. This is when I fell off. So I fell off when Butch, again, spoilers, Butch turned into Solomon Grundy. That's when I fell off because I've said it, but I said it like years ago. For the first 3 seasons, I said it here on the show several times that I actually liked Gotham a lot. Like I thought it was fun. Like sure, it was cheesy, it was corny or quirky, but I felt like that was part of its appeal. Like it kind of had like that Adam West '66 Batman thing going on, where it's like it's cheesy and stuff like that and corny, but it worked because it felt like it was aware of it. Like the music lended itself to that being very weird. I get quirky is the best way to describe it, in just weird and fun and whimsical. So I was like, it's fun, it's Batman characters, it's a different take, it's not going to be like the comics or anything like the movies, it's its own thing, it's fun. I like different interpretations of characters I love, hence Elseworld stories being some of my favorite stories in all of comics. That stuff is awesome. I love that kind of stuff. But so I forgave it for a lot of things, like, costume designs, bad acting and all that kind of stuff. Because with these Fox shows and CW shows, I mean, you can't expect like movie theater, like Oscar winning performances, or HBO like Game of Thrones type performances, because but it's like night and day. You can't compare like a Fox or CW show to something of like Game of Thrones, or even like a Breaking Bad, or a House of Cards, or it's shows among that caliber. It's a totally different thing. You're talking about shows, like Gotham and Flash and Arrow and all the CW shows are like on the same network as like One Tree Hill, Riverdale. So it's like apples and oranges. You know what I mean? You can't compare Gotham to the MCU. It's just not a thing. It's a completely different stage. It's kind of like comparing like a Game Boy to like a PS4. They're completely different. They're both video games, but they're like completely different things. So with that said, I loved Gotham originally. It was really fun. I wouldn't. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I wouldn't say loved it. I liked it a lot. It was really fun. Made me smile. It was just like cool watch. It was an easy watch sitting there on whatever night it aired. I don't remember. And just Batman characters, cool. It's cool to see that. And they did some cool things with the characters, I thought. But by season, whatever season it was, that Solomon Grundy was introduced, and they said that Butch was Solomon Grundy. I was like, what is happening? Because it got too crazy, guys. It got too like it looks so bad. Like he literally was just spray painted white with what looked like a Party City wig. I couldn't. It was so bad. And you guys know I'm not a person to tear things down. And if you like it, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm not saying you shouldn't like it. I'm not saying you shouldn't support it. I'm just saying, me personally, I couldn't do it anymore. I just, I couldn't. I couldn't go any further with it, because it just got a little too crazy for me. I like Mr. Freeze's costume too. I'm like, you know what it is for me when I go to Comic Cons. Like I went to Dallas Comic Con, like was it last weekend or the weekend before? Not this past weekend. The weekend before that, I went to Dallas Comic Con, Fan Expo Dallas, and like any other like any Comic Con I go to, whether it's San Diego Comic Con, Dallas Comic Con, New York Comic Con, Baltimore, whatever. Uh, I could have given you, I could have picked out at least like 5 different Mr. Freezes, 3 different Solomon Grundys, cornucopias of Batmans and Jokers that were infinitely better looking than what we got in the series finale of Gotham. And that's not okay with him. That's not okay. I don't think that's okay, because you're talking about like an officially licensed property funded by Warner Brothers, DC Entertainment. Like the execs, the guys who run and pump out all this stuff have to sign off on that. They have access to the warehouses where all those old wardrobes for all the movies and TV shows were, and they're approving and sending out this stuff. Like, wow, what? Like, just borrow one of the old Batman costumes that's been sitting in like storage since the Nolan movies for Batman. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so let me. That's why I fell off. I fell off around that time. I just couldn't do it anymore. It got a little too crazy for me. And yeah, anyway, of course I had to watch, even though I didn't watch the past 2 seasons. Of course I had to watch the finale, because it's the series finale. I'm like, let me see. The big thing with it is like they're finally introducing the Joker. They're finally introducing Batman. So of course I had to watch it. Yeah, I didn't care if I didn't really understand at that point like what the heck was going on. I understood enough to be like, oh, they're just bringing this to a close, and because it got canceled, they're gonna have to, they want to go out on a bang and introduce the Joker and Batman. So even though they weren't allowed to call them the Joker and Batman because of legal issues, I guess with the TV rights, it's all like conflicted that they couldn't legally call the Joker or the Batman because the movie rights say no, and weird like legal mumbo jumbo, even though it's all Warner Brothers and DC. Anyway, so the episode itself was okay. I mean, it was just I don't it was I mean, let me take that back. It wasn't okay. I don't know why I said that. I didn't like it. It wasn't good. It's just like, because this whole season, you know what it was too. Going back to the costumes, it was when they introduced Bane. I think it was on a live stream. I was laughing hysterically about it when I was talking about Bane. When they introduced Shane West as Bane and they showed his costume, like my or anyone's first reaction when I pull it up online to look at it for the first time shouldn't be laughing. Like I was literally like manically, I was like, wait, what? I was just laughing. it was so ridiculous. Steampunk Frankenstein Bane, and then what? What? I have nothing against Shane West, nothing against Shane West, but as Bane, I was just like, what? And it's clearly like this weird Frankenstein padding that is like foam or like crazy shoulder pads underneath it. Like I shouldn't. I felt like it was like, when someone's really excited about something to show you something, whatever it is, like they're really excited and they show it to you, and or they just show you something, you start laughing, you're like, ha ha, and then you're looking at them and you realize they're not laughing, and you're like, oh wait, you weren't joking, this is serious. Like, I felt like that is exactly what happened to me when they showed Bane's photo. Like, I was laughing, and the more it sunk in, I'm like, oh wait, this isn't a joke. Like, this is an official image. Like, this isn't this isn't a freaking April Fool's. This is like, they're literally doing it. They're going this route with it. It was just, oh man, crazy, 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 crazy. So, same thing again with the finale though. Like, the story was just but for me, you know what it is? I can't get over like how bad, I keep saying it, and I shouldn't just be focusing on all this, but it's like the costumes are like not good. And it's not that like the costume designers can't make good costumes or they're not talented. I'm not saying that at all. They probably are incredibly talented, more talented than I could, ever hope to be in like in that area. But it's clearly like a budgetary thing. You know what I mean? Or someone somewhere is like approving this stuff, thinking it actually like, it's got to be budget, because there's no way. Like, when I can go to a Comic-Con and pull like Steve waiting in line to get an autograph from Jim Lee, and his Batman costume is like infinitely better than the Batman costume we saw at the end of the episode, that's an issue, considering, you could just like, because again, they didn't even show the costume that much. Like, we see, it's the very last shot of the episode, the very, very, very last shot of the episode. We see Batman. They're like Jim Gordon, and all of them are like Jim Gordon and like Alfred. They're all like looking up like on a building, like, oh, there he is. It's like, because they can't say his name, so like, him, that guy in the shadow, the guy who lurks in the shadows, the guy whose vengeance, he is the night. He is, I can't say his name because legal issues, but him, like, um, he's just up there, and you see him like, you barely make it out, but you make it out enough to be like, oh, what did you do? Like, his cowl looked 3D printed. It wasn't even smooth. The ears were like super, super long. It was like almost like Tim Sale long. Like, I love Tim Sale's art, but like, how his ears are really, really long, like that, but not like cool long, like awkward long, not Tim Sale, awesome Batman artist long, like awkward. This is weird. Why are my ears this long? It just doesn't look good. I don't know, man. And then what was worse is the behind the scene photos that were leaked before and that came out after the episode aired, because you see it like full on, because it was a green screen. Obviously, they shot it on, and then they put in Gotham City in the background. Oh man, it looked like, what it looked like? It looked like a D-list prototype version, very rough, of the Bale costume from Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, where it was kind of like the plating, it got all, Lucius Fox is like, yeah, we could change this and that, but it's gonna cost you, like, at the expense of getting hurt, because now we have like the lines in there and it's plated. It's not like one smooth surface, so he can get hurt easier. Anyway, it kind of looked like that, and I was like, but not look like that, but that at like its very first iteration. But not even, because oh man, again, I have nothing against anyone who worked on it at all. It's got to be budgetary. It's for sure. They didn't have the means, or somewhere somehow someone who has never seen a Batman movie or comic book in their lives was like, no, that's awesome. The Joker also. Let's go talk about the Joker. No, he looked like Gollum from Lord of the Rings, and at first I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, because I always give everything the benefit of the doubt until I watch it, and yeah, once I saw it, it's like, yeah, benefit of the doubt's over. There it is. I take it back. It was just Gollum from Lord of the Rings, man. I'm all for new takes, and things that are not everything has to be classic looking Batman, classic looking Joker, classic looking Spider-Man, whatever character you're talking about. Because the Joaquin Phoenix, for example, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, completely new look and take for the Joker, especially look, completely new look, red suit. He's got the the blue like triangles on his eyes. Makeup's completely different from the normal like white, black, and red face paint we're used to. Completely new look, but it looks freaking awesome. And I'm sure after the movie comes out and the movie's good, it's gonna become an iconic look because everyone's gonna, I'm assuming if anything like the trailers, it's going to become an iconic movie or performance, and then everyone's going to love it. So it's not that they changed it; it's that they changed it for Gotham, and it wasn't good on top of it. So it's not that it's like, oh, I mean, yes, a little bit the look itself because it looked like Gollum, but for Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I could say. I'm not going to get into like story and plot with this episode because it was, they got canceled and they had to wrap everything up at the end. And I'm a fan of a lot of the actors and stuff on the show. And again, I like the first three seasons of the show. I just towards the end, guys, I couldn't do it. So I'm not. I wish no one ill will who worked on. If anyone's watching this and they worked on the show in any way, I'm not trying to like, tear them apart or whatever. I just personally not a fan of the last seasons. Wasn't a fan of where it went. But if you love it and you like it and you thought they look cool or you just like the show in general, that's awesome. I mean, I wish I was like you. Why would I want to hate things? I wish I liked everything. Sounds like that'd be a very happy world. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And yeah, I thought it had some issues. It's over. So let's see. On to Alfred Pennyworth. That show looks dope. Can we talk about that? That show looks cool, like an espionage, like spy show. Freaking Alfred Pennyworth being a BA, a badass in his prime. Oh, I'm totally about that. It's totally gonna be based off of Jeff Johns' Earth One Alfred. I think they're gonna take a lot of inspiration from that. So I am all about that. All right, guys, let's open this up to some Q&A. I think I got some super chats while I was ranting there. And of course, I'm going to answer you. Yes, we got a super chat here. What do you think about the Legion? The Legion. What did I say? Legion. Legion, like as if like a cut or a gaping hole in your body. What do you think about the Legion series? I only watched the first season, to be honest. TBA. Or TBH. Yeah, there we go. Arris, you're a dummy. Nothing I didn't already know. I liked it. I did like it was a little weird for me, but I did enjoy it, and I need to continue watching it. But I did like it. I watched it when it first aired week by week, and I thought it was really cool. I just think it's awesome that I think that's the second X-Men series we got on TV, right? Because it wasn't Gifted, the other one. But it was really cool. I like how it was weird. FX does really good stuff. I think I want to revisit it though, because I think I didn't even finish the whole first season, but I definitely got to get on that. But from what I saw and what I remember, that was a bit ago, I did enjoy it. I did. I thought that was a really clever show. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna do some Q&A for next like 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here and get home and get some din din in my tummy tum. All right, so I'm going to pick random questions in the chat, and obviously, if anyone gives a super chat, that will take priority and guarantee that I will answer your question in the best way that I know how. With that said, let's get to it. Let's start looking for some questions. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. There we go. Got a super chat. We got a super chat from Christian Lovo. Oh my God, last night, Game of Thrones, your thoughts? Yeah, I said it last week. Massive Game of Thrones fan. I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do like the next week when we have the series finale episode. I think that's what that variant the Monday. So literally this time next week when I'm here talking to you on a live stream, I think it's gonna have to be about the series finale of Game of Thrones. But dude, yes, Game of freaking Thrones last night. Okay, I know this is a really it's kind of, I guess every episode of Game of Thrones is polarized because they always kill people. It's not a spoiler, they always kill people. Game of Thrones, what the show is known for twists and turns and killing your favorite characters from season 1 all the way to every season, every episode. So good. So I'm on the okay. I don't want to spoil it for anyone because I feel like that's not fair, but I'm going to answer your question. One, I loved it. I'm on the side that I loved it. I know there's a certain characters that got offed. It's not a spoiler to say people died last night. It's all about war. There's only one episode left. People are dying. If you didn't think anyone was dying last night, I don't know what to tell you. We had 2 episodes left. People were dying. So So there was a certain one towards the end, death or deaths, that I know people, felt like they should have had a better death. I was okay with it because I thought it came full circle. You probably know what I'm talking about, Rubble. Um, Rubble falling. Yes, I was okay with it because I thought it came full circle. I love that characters. I'm trying to keep this as vague and non-spoilery as possible, but I really liked the episode, and the I'm just like walking on eggshells here. It's hard. Um, a twist that happened that I thought was going to happen, because it was been hinted for all season long and even in previous seasons, finally happened, and awesome. um, destruction, war. Um, we got some cool fights. I'm trying not to spoil this. It's so hard. Okay. Jon Snow is my favorite character. Jon Snow and Tyrion are my two favorite characters, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. I will say that Jon Snow is pissed. Um, he's things are gonna happen next week for sure. I can't talk about this without spoiling it. In summary, man, in summary, Christian, I loved it. It was awesome. I cannot wait for the series finale next week. It is my favorite TV show of all time. Whether you're talking about superheroes, whatever. I mean, oh, okay, hold on. Batman the Animated Series is my favorite TV show of all time, technically. But as far as like adult TV show or just whatever, just like pure like live action goodness on TV, Game of Thrones, hands down. When it ends, I'm probably just gonna start rewatching the entire series with my wife because I love that freaking show. I need a Game of Thrones poster now. You know what? That's all I'm gonna do. Next poster I get from my because I've been kind of getting posters hanging stuff in my office, like I said at the beginning of this live stream. I need a Game of Thrones poster. You can't see where that is, where I'm pointing, but that's a wall. And I need a landscape Game of Thrones poster because to me that would be dope. You know, I have a bunch of Game of Thrones posters hanging in my living room, actually, over my entertainment center because my wife and I are big Game of Thrones fans. So I think for was it my birthday last year? The year before, she got me like I think 6 Game of Thrones posters, like 6 11 by 17s, and one says "Winter's coming." They're like the houses, so I have all the houses. Then one had like the the White Walkers on there, and it said "Winter is here" instead of "Winter's coming" because White Walkers were on it. It's pretty dope. Anyway, hope that answers your question. I hope I didn't spoil anything for anyone. But let's see. We got another super chat right there. Serious Killmonger asks another question. Thank you so much, man. Who would win, bro? DC's Wonder Woman or Starfire? Ooh, Wonder Woman. I'm gonna go Wonder Woman. I mean, she's like, I feel like that one's almost pretty easy, just because without even getting all technical and like spouting out like freaking issue references and instances to you. Wonder Woman is easily, as far as superheroes go, top 5, top 10 for sure. Powerhouses in the DC universe. Like when you say, if anyone was to say, name powerhouses in the DC universe, it's like obviously Superman, Martian Manhunter, Shazam, and then Wonder Woman. It should be there too. So it's usually in the top 5. You can go characters like Adam and stuff like that because they're cosmic, and Doctor Manhattan, obviously. But I'm talking about like superheroes. Dr. Manhattan isn't really a superhero. He's not out there trying to save people every day doing the hero life. He's just the character. But if you're talking about powerful superheroes, it's for sure, Superman, Shazam, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, all those big dogs. Those are like the 4 that come to my head, like that. So Wonder Woman all day, day. All right, we got another super chat here from Justin Johnson. If you was a superhero or a villain, what 3 powers and abilities would you have? Well, first off, thank you for the super chat, Justin. That's a very good question. So if I was a superhero or a super villain, what 3 powers would I have? Well, off the bat, super speed. If I could have any superpower, if I could only have one, I want, super speed. Basically, I want to be connected to the speed force because you could time travel. I'm not saying I want to do that and mess the timeline up every other week like Barry. But but I mean, you could do anything. You could, if you're fast enough, like Godspeed, you could be in 2 places at once. You would never have to pay for travel. Like I could run to Disney World right now. I could run anywhere in the world right now. You know what I mean? I could travel anywhere, go anywhere I want on the planet, and even bring like my wife and kids with me. As long as I have like that Speed Force aura over me, they won't get hurt and all that stuff. So super speed. The possibilities are endless. Run up buildings, run on water. you could phase, because with that you could phase through solid objects. So now you're talking about like intangibility to a certain extent. So that's one, and then of course flight, because who doesn't want to fly? I mean, that's just awesome. That's just fun. So it would be super speed, flight, and then probably telepathy or super strength. Telepathy is pretty dope. Super strength. You know what? Because I'm a fan of like the kind of the classic stuff. So I'm gonna go with super strength. Because imagine if a super strength, then super speed and flight, but not like super speed like talking about like Superman. I mean, he's really really fast, but I'm talking about like Flash super speed, like Speed Force, like super speed, where I'm like the fastest freaking hero ever or villain ever. So yeah, it's gonna be super speed, flight, and super strength. Awesome question. All right, Anthony Church doesn't ask a question, but does give a super chat. So thank you, Anthony. Thank you very much. Got yourself a shout out, Mr. Church. All right, let's see. More super chats down here. John Belmars. I hope that's how you pronounce your last name. Again, I'm horrible with last names because they're not usually pronounced the way they're spelt, unless your last name is like Smith or Johnson or something like that. Like my last name is Quinones. People always are like Quinones, Quinwans, Quinones. It's like it's Quinones. There's an Enye. I'm Puerto Rican. There's a Enye over it. Anyway, John asks, workforce episode. Possibly. I mean, all episodes in due time. If enough people want it, I will do it. But I think people know, for the most part, the media and comics dictates what content we do. Like pretty much half of the time, maybe even more than half the time, considering how much movies and TV shows and comics come out every month. Because if we're getting a Spider-Man movie, which is soon, obviously I'm going to be doing stuff around Spider-Man. You guys are going to want a history of Mysterio. You guys are going to want, a Molten Man episode. You're going to want a Hydra Man episode. You're going to want maybe even a multiverse episode. Anything that's referenced in that movie, you guys are going to want to know because you're going to see the movie. So I'm going to do lots of Spider-Man content and stuff around that movie. Or we're getting a Swamp Thing TV show. Obviously, you guys are going to probably want an origin of the villain from that series, or maybe some Swamp Thing storylines, or if we're getting the War of the Realms story right now in comic books from Marvel, or the new Carnage storyline that's coming out Marvel, you guys are going to want symbiote episodes or Thor episodes. So that's kind of pretty much how we pick the episodes around here. But then every now and again there's like lulls, where we call them like evergreen episodes, where like we could do an episode on the history of the Batmobile, and like that can go up whenever. It doesn't need to be themed around a TV show, movie, or comic book. That's just like goes up whenever, hence evergreen. So I mean, if enough people want it, or if we get a chance for an evergreen episode, as we call them here behind the scenes at Variant, we will do it. So all things are possible, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. Next super chat we have is Gary Westbrook. Let's see. How is Captain America a better fighter than Black Panther? Well, they are. I'm assuming you're referring to the MCU episode that we did, the 10 best, most powerful characters in the MCU. I think that's the one. That's the most recent one. So that's the one that I'm remembering that I talked about recently. Because I do like 3-4 episodes a week, guys. So it's like kind of hard to keep track with even all the stuff I talk about, even though I'm the one talking about it. They're pretty much on par. Now, comic-wise, they're pretty much even. They're evenly matched. Even in the MCU, they're basically even matched. Steve Rogers is an excellent fighter. He's got the super soldier serum. T'Challa is an excellent fighter, has the heart-shaped herb, which is pretty much like a super soldier serum-esque power enhancer. So they're pretty much evenly matched. In the MCU, though, why I put Captain America ahead of Black Panther as far as powerful is just because it's pure determination and will. As we saw in Endgame, Captain America, he's a leader. He's like, especially in the MCU. Remember, I'm talking about the MCU right now, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not comics. He is the leader. Like, there is no better leader in the Marvel Cinematic Universe than Captain America. Like, I've said it several times. Like, he is the guy that he would come into my office and be like, all right, we got to go and take down these people and like blah, blah, blah right now. I wouldn't ask any questions. The only thing I would say is your car or mine. Like, that's all. I would follow him into battle blindly because he is, he's Captain America. He is the true hero of the MCU amongst all. I mean, there's several heroes, but you know what I mean. He's like the leader guy. Even the Russo brothers, the directors of Civil War and Endgame and Infinity War, said that for Civil War, they flat out said it themselves from their mouths. The directors said that Iron Man was the villain of Civil War. So the whole thing was like, choose a side, but even they said If you choose the Iron Man side, you're choosing to be a villain because they said, you know, they've always intended it. The way they even pitched Robert Downey Jr. to play Iron Man in Civil War, because he was done with his contract at that point in time, he had to renew, is look, we got a new take for Iron Man. You'll basically be the villain in this movie. So I'm just saying that to prove that Captain America is the dude, and like he will never give up. He could be looking at a celestial, you know, like staring up at a celestial and be like, I don't care, I'm gonna fight you to my last breath, you know. Hence the famous line from it, I could do this all day. You know what I mean? He's never gonna give up. He doesn't care how strong you are. That, and I think at the end of the day, sheer will and determination, like much like even in real life, you know, if you're determined enough to do anything in life, if you have the will, you will find a way to make it happen. And Captain America has that, you know, has that over Black Panther. So that's why in that episode, the MCU, I put Captain America above Black Panther because he's freaking the captain, man. He's the guy. But I loved, with all that said, I love Black Panther. He's an awesome character. I'm just, you asked me, I gave you my reasoning. So I hope that was a good answer for you. All right, another super chat from Serious Killmonger. Could you do a video on DC, Dr. Light, or Blue Marvel? Yeah, for sure. Blue Marvel, yeah, I mean both for sure. But again, it's like who asked me a question earlier? Like John asked earlier if I could do an episode on Workforce. Yeah, all in due time, man. It just kind of when it aligns and we look at it, because we plan our episodes out like at least 2 months in advance, so I already know like what we're doing for the rest of the month and even the beginning of June and on onward, and even for the end of the year, we kind of have an idea of what's going on, just, you know, based on what comics are coming out and what you guys are going to want based on movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So you know, when we have those empty slots, though, we have those weeks here and there that there's nothing going on, then yeah, that's the opportunity to throw that stuff in. So hopefully, you know, we throw some of those characters you've been waiting for in those slots, but in due time it will all be done. All right. Dun, dun, dun. But I think that's going to wrap it up. That's the last question. I think that was longer than 10 minutes. I said 5-10 minutes, but I think that's it. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. But be on the lookout for this Wednesday's episode, which is the time or how Falcon became Captain America in comic books, because we're staying with Marvel month. So we're, you know, talking about all that stuff. I know everyone loves Falcon and Captain America, and, you know, they're a big part of Endgame and all that stuff. So I figured, like, let's talk about the time Falcon became Captain America. Why not? Let's talk about that. So that's going to be this week's episode. And then this Saturday's episode is going to be the origin of Professor Hulk, because a lot of you guys were asking for that. So you're like, Professor Hulk is an Endgame. Talk about Professor Hulk. I want to know how he came to be. So we're going to talk about how Professor Hulk became Professor Hulk in the comic books this Saturday. But with that said, guys, I am out of here. And hopefully you'll be looking at my face on Wednesday when I talk to you about more comics. But with that, I'm out, guys. Later.